Okay, how do you cope when you feel like your employees hate you? So grab paper and pen if this is you, because this is really important that you take this down. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is we must do some check-ins. Very simple, but very important. And the first one is checking in with catastrophizing. The mind is by nature pessimistic, and it will look for problems. Whatever we focus on becomes more. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's real, it just becomes more. So one of the first things that we need to ask ourselves is, if you don't hear back from somebody at work for a few hours or maybe a day, is your mind going to the worst case scenario? Is it catastrophizing the outcome, imagining that it's because your colleagues hate you, your employees hate you? If so, I want you to stop and I want you to take a deep, deep breath. I would like you to take that feeling of hatred, and write out how it's making you feel in the moment and dump it onto paper. So it makes me feel awful, I feel sad, I feel overwhelmed, whatever. Now take that piece of paper and plonk it to one side, and let's come back to what's actually happening here. So the question is, am I catastrophizing the outcomes? Number one. Number two, is my mind trying to be a mind reader? Now, we're all guilty of this, where we think that we know what somebody else is thinking. Is that possible, to actually know what somebody's thinking by the way that they've looked at us? No, we have no idea, absolutely none. But what we're doing is we're taking body language potentially or hearsay, and we are just putting two and two together and thinking that all of a sudden we are a mind reader. We do not have the ability to read someone's mind. So stop, take a deep breath, take that piece of paper, write out how it feels, and then come back to, okay, the question is, do I actually know what this employee thinks, or am I mind reading? If the answer is I'm mind reading, I want you to ask yourself, do I need to go and ask this employee a question, or do I just need to let this go? Either or. Let go, ask a question. If you head this on and ask the question, you will find that instantly that your paranoia will start to calm. It will start to dissipate, because you'll actually have some solid information from that person, rather than trying to mind read what you think they are thinking about you or the situation. And finally, are we being all or nothings? And what I mean by that is, extreme thinking can mean that what we're doing is we're assuming that the people in front of us hate us. We're assuming because maybe one thing has been said, or perhaps you have put a couple of things together in your head and come out with the fact that every single person in the room hates you. It may be that one person's annoyed with something that you've decided to do, or two even. But the reality is what the mind has done is it has again gone from all to everything in a heartbeat, and suddenly everyone in the room hates you. It's not true. It's an over exaggeration yet again. And so what you have to do is ask yourself, honestly, how many people really are actually annoyed right now? If it's 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever, it isn't everybody. Even if it's a large number, it's not everybody. So the thing that I really want you to get out of this is, make sure that what you're doing with the situation is you're telling it how it is, not worse than how it is. Because mostly the mind will try and make it worse than what it actually is. And that is not going to benefit you. So 3 things: catastrophizing, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Number 2, mind reading. Admit you cannot read minds. And 3, make sure that you don't make the situation, you make it what it is, not worse than it is. Make sure you're real with what's going on.